Start the stream. And let's see. I thought it'd start at 7 o'clock, but hey, you know what? A few minutes early. Go headphones. And let's put up the stream link onto the Discord. Gonna be streaming now at her. Let's see if anybody wants to pop in. Sue. Oh yeah, and I'll enable the. Let's do that for them as well. That's the one I want to share. Yep. Stream that. There we go. Okay, so that's the stream going. Headphones on. Let's do some trucking. Jobs. External market. What we got? Fuel tanker to Stuttgart. Yeah, okay, that looks like a fun drive. I'll do that. Let's go to Stuttgart. And whilst I'm at it, let's move the microphone stand just so I can get things done right. Alright, that works. Good. Good. Engine on. Let's check. Yep, the foot pedals are working. That's good. That's all good. So, just got to tighten up the stand. There we go. And we're going. So let's have a look. Let's check my OBS. Make sure all the sound levels are right. There was an update on Windows. Oh, I didn't know I had a thing there. That's good. Yeah, there was an update on Windows, and I had to reconfigure a whole bunch of stuff. And I noticed, for whatever reason, if I use my normal sound settings, it makes my voice sound a little bit high-pitched. So instead, I am now using a refresh rate of 48 Hertz. How's about that then? 48 Hertz? No, I'm not 48 Hertz. What's the one I'm looking for? It's closer to 48 kilohertz. That's it. It's doing a Biden moment. It's like, we have enough vaccine for 300 Americans. Alrighty, mate. I always waggle it to see if it's in neutral, but I mean, never mind. Oh, apparently it's here. I've literally got to go to that one over there. Okay. No, wrong way. Do it that way. It's literally behind me, so I've got to... how do I do this? I think... Go forwards. Ooh, I'd like some pallets. Pallets burn good. They're nice pine. They're all pre-dried. Very good firewood as pallets. Right, so if I go here... And I promise myself if I do any road infractions, crashing, speeding, etc. Bloody hell, that's loud. No. Yeah, that is really loud. Ah, I know why. So when I go on to speakers, I put the volume on maximum, and now I'm on headphones. So let me just alt tab again, and let's have a look. Yep. Right, so I'll put that 1/3 volume. There we go. Let's get into it. So yeah, I'm going to try and drive like a normal human being, like I normally drive when I'm in the real world. So no speeding, no undercutting people, no over undertaking. Well, basically, I'm going to drive like I would in real life. Yesterday was not a good day for me to be driving. I was too tired and too irritable, and in the highway code it says if you're in an emotional state, don't drive, because it'll make you more aggressive and more reckless, and can result in injury and death for you and others around the world. Around the world? You and other road users around you. So don't do it. Anyway, there we go. And, oh yeah, stop the engine and load cargo into the trailer. So I'll load some fuel tankers onto the trailer. And let's have a look at our load. There we go, it's a containerised load of fuel. So, engine on. And, yep, it's light enough that I can have the rear axle lifted. So let's just head on off. Well, that's nice. So I'm carrying a full load of fuel, but it's not so heavy that... So, look, there's the... there it is lowered. I think you can just about make out in the mirror. Now I'm going to lift it up again. I'm doing super sampling on this as well, so it is in 1080p, but it's actually doing twice the resolution of that. Is that 4K? But then it gets rendered down into that. So what's the difference between super sampling and anti-aliasing? Anti-aliasing, I know. Anti-aliasing is when you figure out like where the lines are and you make them less jagged, which takes computational power. Whereas super sampling is just going to be like, LOL, I'm going to do it more. Isn't it really 2x? Let's have a look at it. What's my options? What's my graphical settings? Let's have a look at that. Graphics, because I am curious now. Advanced settings, that's what we want. So scaling is set to 100%. All these settings are down low. What? Well, I don't want that. I want them on ultra. I mean, that's one of the reasons I got it. Yeah, set to 150. Let's try 200%. 200% scaling, screen space, ambient occlusion. Just everything on maximum. Let's see if it deals it. Reflection. High. No. High. Well, this is all up. Mirror quality. High. Mirror resolution. High. Mirror distance. Custom. I assume that means high. Texture quality is high. Everything else high. High. Apply. And yep, that's all done. So now, right, let's have a look at the real world, shall we? The real world, the in-game world, and see what 2x scaling looks like with all the settings on high and all that stuff. So, very nice. Yep, that's still pretty smooth. Mirror quality looks better, because I was just thinking to myself, the wheels didn't look right. There was something just a bit off about them. So that's all good. What if I set it to, like, because I saw there was even higher than 200% scaling. So what if I did like I think 1080p is 2K, so 8K would be 400% scaling. Alright, so let's have a look. If I go to graphics, scaling, let's go, well, I can do 400%, there we go. That's the maximum I can do. So that is, in fact, for every pixel I see on the screen, it's actually rendering 4. My eyesight's not good enough to pick up that, but hey, maybe through the compression sent to YouTube, you'll get to see a noticeable difference, but looks okay to me. Right, look left, look right, look left again. And aren't I glad I did that for once? Right, just keeping an eye on my right-hand mirror. So I don't want to touch a curb. Didn't touch a curb, didn't touch traffic. Oh yeah. Let's go through the gear sequentially. Nice. What's that? Axle lift foot connected tray too heavy. Oh, so now it's decided my connected tray is too heavy. Alright, that's interesting. So anyway, if you're watching now, the Discord general chat's open. If you're in the server, you're in the server, you know. I have said to just close your eyes and go for it, mate. That's fine. There's a car there, but I'm done. I am trying to drive seriously this time, so no like speeding and just generally being good. Nothing on the left, that's fine. So let's just go around here, change the signal. Nothing on the right hand mirror. Yeah, there's a car there, that's fine. There we go. It doesn't help that what with the unemployment and the house arrest and everything else, I don't drive as much as I used to, and I get fear that I'm going to be rusty. I'm already speeding. No, it's 90 now, so I'm not speeding. Let's go up a gear. And so that was interesting. So when I was doing low speed manoeuvring, I could do it on 2 axles, but now I'm going at speed, it's like, sorry mate, you can't do that, you've got to use all 3 axles. Alright, let's just check, yeah, set my cruise to 90, and what we got, there's our fuel, 471 litres, should be enough to get us to Stuttgart. Yeah, Stuttgart, yeah. So let's get to Stuttgart. We're currently in the island north of Sardinia. I think that's Corsica. And then we're going to be taking the ferry from Corsica to probably Marseille. And then from Marseille, just drive up to Stuttgart. Yeah, Stuttgart, yeah. Yeah, Stuttgart. And that's good. Didn't touch any of the curbs the way it should be. And yeah, I really should drop a gear. Let's just drop into 7th. There we go. Ah, this is the road where it says 50, but you really shouldn't be doing 50. And I almost came down there, so let's just bring it down and just take our time here. We're not in any rush, are we, dear viewer? No. We're going to enjoy this journey. I'm here from 7 until 9 o'clock. So yes, that's right, Lizard, it is time to simulate some trucking at 400% scaling, so every pixel you see on the screen, the computer's having to render 4. Oh, look at me, making it really work for a change. All to simulate the aspect of driving, and I think it's doing a pretty good job of it. Although I must admit, well, isn't it ironic that my steering wheel in this feels nicer than the steering wheels I use? Because like nearly all the cars and vehicles I have access to in the world, they're all plastic. I mean, I've put a leather sheath over my own steering wheel, but the reason I did that is because when I started to use this steering wheel, which is made from real genuine leather so your hands can breathe, it's like this wheel feels so much more comfortable than my crappy plastic wheel. So I want that for my car, and I just got a rough old thing, and it is leather, but you know, it's just literally scraps from the tanner's floor. Right, so it's 50 here, and we can't turn around about. Nothing coming on the left, so just yeah, straight line it, free to proceed. And this looks like it's going to be pretty bad, so I'm not gonna, just my foot's off the accelerator. Get into 8th gear. Give the engine some more room. Not use, well, I suppose there is engine braking going on, but let's just tap on it a little bit. Tap a little bit more. Not using cruise control, just feathering the accelerator, because this time I'm trying to be mindful, and I promised myself if I had any infractions, like not stopping at a red light, etc., I would do one full rosary. And it's been a long time since I've done a rosary. And the last time I did it, I was in a state of duress, shall we say. It was an unpleasant and claustrophobic experience. So let's just carry on. Let's just carry on. Just gently feathering it, letting go, because it's a twisty-turny road, and you don't get any prizes for getting there sooner, just as long as you get there in time. And we're coming up to a hairpin turn, so right. Let's go down the gears. That's it. And I really want to swing out, but there's an oncoming lorry, so I've got to be very, very cautious where I go. No oncoming traffic, good. Trying to keep away from touching the trailer against the curb. Let's just... Come on. Let's power up this hill. Strange that I'd be going uphill in order to get towards a port, but there you have it. And I know nearly all of these lorries are automatic these days, but I've got a gearbox attachment for my steering wheel, so I'm going to use the gearbox. It says stop, and mounted the curb. Right, that's one rosary. That'll probably do me good. Oh, don't speed. Nearly. I don't think that counts. So just one rosary. Yep, that's right. Just cruise past this bit, take off the cruise control, because I don't want to be accelerating around these tight bends. Let's just have a look. There we go. So let's just feather it on. Just a gentle bit around this corner. It's not racing, it's truck driving. And it says I can do 80 on this road. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be doing 50 miles an hour around that. I mean, even in the car, would you really want to be doing 50 miles an hour when go past this bush? Look, there's a cross, just to remind you that people have fallen to their death. Yeah, no, you know what? I think 30 miles an hour is fine. There's a car overtaking me, which is fully within his rights to do, because, but mate, I'm not in any rush. And look, there it is, 50. So, here we go. And you know what? That's a nice spot. So let's just take a moment to enjoy some scenery. After all, it's not about the destination, it really is about the journey. So, let's see. Camera. Where's camera? I know there's a feature here called Photo Studio, that's it. Photo mode. Let's take a photograph. Oh look, it's an unportable tank. Well, that's not true. I'm porting the tank as we speak. Oh, that was a joke, you see. I think it might mean UN portable tank. So let's see. Let's just make sure that all of the... how do I go up? Oh, Q to go up. Like so. And then let's go back a bit. Let's commence with the journey, lad. Yes, well, as I was saying, it's not about the destination. It really is about the journey. So... what about the field of view? Let's make the field of view that. And what do I want to do? Do I want to include that bit? What if I do it like that? That's a good view, but I think that one is... Oh yeah, that's proper nice. That, look at that. It got a bit of sun. Oh, got a bit of bush. Can I? Let's see. I want to do it. So, do that. Yeah. think that's pretty good. It's too bad that, you know what, it don't matter that stops in the way. That's fine. We'll do that, and let's have a look at the field of view. It's really, today it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. You're here with me until 9 p.m. and then it's time for bed, isn't it, guys? And remember, the Discord server's open, so if anybody feels like it, they can just pop into the Discord and say hello, and I'll say hello back, and got to get this shot lined up. Right, so focusing plane position. Blur transition depth. Let's do something which you can't do in real life. Let's have no blur, and blur strength none. Yep. Saturation. Oh yeah, that's good, isn't it? Bit of red. Yeah. Bit of magenta. Yep. And mix some blues. How about that? Right. Let's take that shot. I think that's a good shot. What do you think about Crusader Kings 3, Elite Dangerous and Star Citizen? Well, Crusader Kings 3, is that the marriage simulator? I don't know much about it. I've never played any of the Crusader Kings game. Elite Dangerous and Star Citizen, well, you see, Elite Dangerous is what Star Citizen wishes it could be, and I have both. But Elite Dangerous is a fully playable game, so there's that. And Elite Dangerous, the sound design in it is beautiful. It's pretty much the one reason I had... Well, no, there's two reasons. I'd like a VR headset for Google Street View. But I'd also like a VR headset so I can play Euro Truck and Elite Dangerous. Maybe I should have a go with it sometime, but... You know what? This is... It's just... Yeah, that's a good shot. Anyway, done with that now, so let's get back to driving. Engine on. Go in first gear. Parking brake off. Engine on. And there's a car coming, so let's just... Is he going to wait for me? Or is... No, he's going to carry driving. That's good. Right. Just come out. And avoid avoid the posts. Yep. Oh dear. Right. That's a rosary. So that's two rosaries. Right. That's three rosaries. I knocked off two signs. Touched the curb and knocked two signs. Mr. Policeman, I don't know what happened to those lampposts. Me saying three rosaries tonight is just bugger, let's say. I'm really trying for I'm like saying, if I was gonna be doing this in real life, I probably wouldn't pull over into a tourist spot for cars with a lorry, so that's one of the first things I won't do. But I also wouldn't want to mount the curb and then knock over some signposts with the trailer. And it says 80 here, but like bugger I'm doing 80. That's just not going to happen, guys. But let's just go gently around this corner, and then there's a big right coming up. So let's just foot off the accelerator, and I wanted to lean out into the middle, but oncoming traffic means you really shouldn't do that. Yeah, so it's all right. I am straddling the line now, so let's just get a bit back more to this side. Yeah. Let's just keep hovering at a 50. I mean, that's a good speed. It says you can do 80 here. That's 50 miles an hour to your line. Nah. I mean, already, even at 50, that felt a bit fast. So, yeah, no. When I get onto the nice straight roads in France, that's when we can do 90. Let's just be nice and gentle around this. Bit more to the right. There we go. That's it. There we go. There we go. foot hovering on the brake, 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 brake. Go down a gear. Down another gear. Nothing coming from the right. Sorry, the left. Okay. And signals come off. Don't really have much to say. I mean, if you want to hear me talking about things, just go into what's it called? JDLE last night. That was a good long show, and we all had a good old chinwag with PPP and Godwinson. And yeah, I'm just talking about the New World Order, and it's just like, give us the bennies, give us the neat bucks, we'll stay at home, smoke pot, and play video games. I mean, why not? I mean, if someone's like, okay, you can go and like do lorry driving for real, and we'll pay you 30 grand a year, or you can stay at home and do lorry driving, do whatever you want, do nothing if you feel like it, and we also pay 30 grand a year. 30 grand a year, 12,000 would be 1,000 a month. If I was getting 1,000 a month, I'd be very happy. But let me think. If I was getting 30 grand a year, every quarter that is... come on, brain, what is that? You used to be good at this sort of stuff. What? 12 goes into 30, it goes twice, you get 24, and you get 600 as a remainder. And how many times does 12 go into 6... well, it goes... Guys, you've got a calculator. I can't do long division in my head. Can you tell me how many times 12 goes into 30? Or how many times, like... sorry. How many times does 30,000 get divided by 12? How many times does it get divided by 52? Because I would like to know the answer to that. And just go like, here's what 30 grand a year is just for staying at home. Which, if I'd have known about the GameStop thing and what they're doing, I tell you what, by Friday it's going to be very interesting what happens. I'm looking forward to seeing that, because if it goes the way I think it is, it's basically going to have to go to the highest bank in the United States to bail out the gamblers. Because, I mean, that's all hedge funds and stocks are. It's just a gamble, right? And it's just this time, people call them out on the bluff on the gamble, and it's like, alright. I mean, there was even a thing where they had to go to, like, a gambling commission, because gambling in most parts of the United States is illegal, and they had to say, like, put options and short stocks is not gambling, and they just basically had a bunch of very high-profile lawyers, gave them a bunch of money, and they bamboozled the judge and say, well, see, it's not actually gambling because we say so, even though it's gambling. So you're saying 30,000 divided by 12,000, if there was 12,000, but anyway, that means 2.5 grand every month. Yeah, 2.5 grand every month's very nice. I mean, could buy myself a second-hand car in the first month, could buy myself 2 Cord Prologue 16s in the second month, and third month I could buy myself some food, and then got 9 months of, well, what do I do now? I don't know. I mean, I suppose spend it on drugs, really. It's not as if I can hire prostitutes, because I think one of the parts of the lockdown is you're not allowed to go fraternising. What's that noise? That's the air pressure thing, so my brakes, the air pressure on it's low, so I can't move at the moment. Even the parking brake sounds like pneumatic. Yeah, so the brakes on a lorry are fail-safe, and if you haven't got the air pressure to open the brake calipers, you're just not going to go anywhere. So we just have to wait for this beeping noise to go. And let's just go here. I think this is the turbo pressure, because I don't see that bar filling up in it at all. So yeah, I just have to sit here and wait. That doesn't do anything. £800 a week? Really? Sorry, £600 a week. I can't see that far away. The wage will be commensurate with your skill level. No, mate, no. My skill's getting better. I only have to do 3 rosaries as penance for my curb mounting. Wow, this is taking a long time. Alright. So, what's chat up to? Not much. Just waiting for me to do so, is it? Ah, that's all before tax, yeah. So, I think you can earn, was it up to 12,000 before you have to pay tax? I'm not sure, really. I'm not one of those people where I've had to contend with such issues, but yeah, 30 grand a year, £600 a week. Sounds alright, doesn't it? Beep, beep, beep. Well, this realistic air brake simulation sure is fun. Is it? So basically just sitting here in the it's really distracting other than that noise, in the ferry, stinking things up. Oh, you're kidding me! You're absolutely kidding. So I've just let off the parking brake and now you... Yeah. Can you stop that? Can you please stop that? Thank you. Let's keep an eye on this pressure thing. That's that. I think that is air pressure because the turbo is on the right hand side, and it corresponds well enough to what I'm doing with my throttle, but that's filling up. Yeah, okay, that's filling up. Right, so we're gonna go left, and there's a car coming. Right, so let's look left. Look right. Look left again. Stop. It's not raining for a change, that's good. Ah, that's interesting. Do you see the moire pattern on the scaffolding? I think that might be something due to the 400% sampling. Or super sampling. So if... Oh, for fuck's sake, I was just about to move out. Come on, come on. You gonna let me go? You gonna... What are you doing? You're stopping to let me go. Thank you. Right. So, I shall proceed onwards. Straighten out the view. Let's get through some gears, but it's okay. And I think that air pressure indicator's not going to go up or down now for the rest of the journey, so that information is no longer pertinent. Signal off. Oops, I'm in 7th gear, not 8. Shit! Bugger, I forgot about that. Right, that's 4 rosaries tonight. Oh dear, oh dear. I'm going to have to remind myself how to say a rosary. I've not done it in 10 years. No, 11 years. Don't speed again. Jeez. I mean, I was all busy looking at like my my rev counter and my gears, and I just forgot that, yeah, it's 50 here. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, that's a sign saying we've got priority, so we don't have to give way to oncoming road users. I didn't bother with tax as a taxi driver. Might be in for shock now I'm trucking. Again, I'm not the sort of person to ask about that. I find everything to do with money sick, and that's why I'm really happy with this GameStop stuff, where people are beating these money manipulators at their own game. I don't understand any of it, so I'm not getting involved. Plus, can you actually own US stocks or in the UK, or would you have to pay loads of taxes, and then they'll just be like, oh, you've made a lot of money and you're not part of the tribe? Nope, we'll be having that as proceeds of crime. It's like, well, you were in the conspiracy to defraud the US government, so all the profits will take as proceeds of crime. Because I don't believe there's any way. Like, you can't own Bitcoin in the UK. I mean, if you do, then all of it gets taken as proceeds of crime. It's just seen as money laundering, which it is. But then again, so what? No, the fact is, if you're a peasant, they don't want you to get rich. They don't want you to leave your stratum. And that's why I believe that lottery winners are a conspiracy theory. They don't exist. It's a lie to get the poor and the desperate to pay more tax in the form of a lottery ticket. I mean, it's just £1 a week. Oh, I'm going to put £2 on. Oh, there's a lottery twice a week, so I'm just going to pay £4 now. And it's like, you're paying £4 a week, so you're paying £200 a year tax. You're paying the tax so that Tiffany can go to Malvern Theatre with her chums from finishing school, and then when they go to the theatre, it's like, oh yes, it's all been paid by the poor stupid plebs, don't you know? Ha 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 ha. Come, let's see this production of Othello where everyone's black except Othello. Ha 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 ha. Oh, I'm so glad the plebs pay for all this stuff. Ha 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 ha. Yes, they think they're going to get rich. Ha ha ha. No, they're not going to get rich. Ha 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 ha. Oh, it's so good being rich. Ha 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 ha. And that's how the rich people talk. I know. Godwinson confirmed it. He said, yep, I know rich people, and that's 100% how they talk. Hobbit, how do you know this? Do you have insider knowledge? He said that to me. That's a quote. I wonder what he's up to now. Hopefully he's playing some sort of game. People are saying stuff about things. So let me have a look. Let me just... coming up to a roundabout or a junction in a road, so I'll stop there and I'll look at the comments because they're saying stuff about US stocks. Yep, it's a roundabout. And that's fine. Now, it says there, I've got a give way. I'm not on the priority road, so I'll just come up here, stop there. There we go. And I've actually stopped... so that pedestrians can cross. In the UK, we have spread betting where you can bet on US stocks going up or down without actually owning them. We also own actual US stocks through a broker. Yeah, I don't know anything about it. I just, it's one of those things of good luck to all of those buying up the GameStop stocks at the moment. And I hope it brings the entire US economy crashing to its knees and burn it with no survivors. Crash this economy with no survivors. Do it. This is how to get your $2,000 stimulus check. You have to seize the means of production. Oh, I wish Phil was in the chat right now. I'd have a good old chat with him about capitalism. And he's sort of like, hey Phil, it looks like capitalism's going to do more to upset the economy than anything communists have ever done. Suck them eggs. He's a good bloke, is fine. I do enjoy listening to his wrong takes and Russo-philism. Mate, why were you in... Oh, I see. No, that's fine. That's not a rosary offence. People do that all the time on roundabouts. It's like, yeah, I want to, swap lanes now. No, how about you take the outside lane? See? You got all that room to merge in time. You don't have to go, oh, I want to be on the outside lane right now. It's like people who merge onto dual carriageways on motorway. It really bugs me. Because it's dangerous to other road users. That they get towards the end of the slip road and they're not on the motorway yet, and they see, oh, I can't go onto the motorway yet, and then they stop. They stop, and then there's someone behind them, and the person either smashes into them or has to do an emergency avoidance action, and it's terrible. The fact is that the hard shoulder is there for a reason. If you haven't got onto the motorway by the time you got to the end of the slip road, carry on going on the hard shoulder, because the fact is, alright, let's say you've stopped at the end of the slip road and you spot, oh yeah, here's a gap, I can go onto it now. Well, you've just gone from 0 miles an hour, everyone else is doing 70 or more, and right, so basically by the time you get up to speed, somebody's either going to have to avoid you by going into the middle lane, or lane 2. You see, for example here, I'm not up to speed yet, not up to speed, and still not up to speed, but the guys let me in, so now I'm there. So that's a perfect example. I did hesitate a bit, but then I noticed that, oh look, you've got a hard shoulder in front of you. So just go on the hard shoulder, build up speed, and then when it's safe to merge into the rest of the traffic, do so. You're not going to get stopped by highways management or traffic police and it's like, oh, you used the hard shoulder. They're not going to do that. It's not going to happen. But you will probably get stopped by the police if you've stopped at the end of a slipway and someone crashes into you, and then they're going to be like, well, they have to be there because it's a roadside incident, and they're required, it's their job to be there. So, yeah. Don't stop when you get to the end of a slipway, just keep on going. And let's see, I've got 973 kilometres left, 360 litres. So, yeah, let's just settle into it. On the French motorway system, see a toll road somewhere. So just sit back and relax as we take you through southern, I was going to say Spain there. Yeah, free to proceed there. 90 feels a bit fast, but that's okay. Where am I going? Where am I going? Hang on, I don't know where I'm going. So that sat nav is not really good. Right, so if I go there, I'm going to be going east and it wants me to go there, so I need to change lanes. Right, okay. I'm hoping they do an update. I do hope they do an update so that in future the sat-nav will be better, and it will give you, it might even speak out instructions like a sat-nav does in real life. I mean, there's even sat-navs which have a heads-up display, and they've got a projector which goes on the windscreen, and it will give you, like, right in front of you, so you don't have to take your eyes off the road because the information's there on the heads-up display. There are some vehicles which have that feature now. And I'm thinking, yeah, I know this game's 8 years old, but they're constantly making new updates for it, new roads and new countries. So how about some quality of life features, like real features we have in vehicles now? Hello Nordic. Good to see you. I haven't seen you a while. I'm in the voice chat if you want to join in. You know, you can be the driver's mate. Read out the comments. We're talking about the fun with GameStop and its stocks and how it's going to crash the entire US economy. I for one am looking forward to this. So let's just carry on. And of course the usual suspects are saying, oh, it's a white supremacist plot to hurt the poor innocent hedge fund managers. It's like, you're expecting me to have you expect me to have an iota of sympathy for international financing elites, the ones which make and break entire countries. Why? No. You would literally have to pay me how much money? Let me see. What is my 30 pieces of silver to say that, people should stop being mean to these hedge fund managers? Yeah. I'm just going to come up here so that he can come in turn. There we go. That's strange. Oh, I didn't have my cruise control on, that's why. So what would be my asking price? £1 million? If someone said to me, just, here's £1 million, just don't say anything, can you let me in, can you let me in, can you let me in, can you... That's not a crash vehicle offence. Right, 4 rosaries then. I'm saying 4 rosaries tonight. I don't even have rosary beads. Maybe I'll do, what, 4 weeks without drinking alcohol? I mean, I could do that. I haven't drunk any beer in a while. I do like a drink now and then. But I've got some Kirsch cherries in the fridge. They need eating. Some sort of penance. Some sort of penance. To make up for my infractions. I mean, frankly, I was annoyed in that because... Yeah, just... That last one, I'm really thinking to myself, does that actually count or not? I mean, the Rosary 2 and 3 was when I mounted the curb and I ran over two lampposts, and it's like, yeah, you know what, that was entirely my fault. I really shouldn't have pulled over to take that photograph, but it did look very nice. But that one, I'm just thinking like, oh, that was it. Then I was doing speeding, I was doing 70 and a 50. So yeah, that was not good. Yeah, that one counts. That was my mistake. But yeah, I'm not reading chat at the moment. I just want to focus on the road. So I will read your comments because, like I said, this is about the journey, not the destination. I mean, let's face it, there's nothing really exciting in Stuttgart. Half of the year, the European Parliament goes down there because the Europeans can't agree to just have it in Brussels all the time. The Germans insist that, no, we are the real rulers of we are the democratically elected representatives of the European Union. You will have it 6 months in Stuttgart. So yeah, oh, the Germans. So what you like about the Germans, but they're always really reasonable, and they never want things their own way. Yeah. Murdoch did a new cartoon recently, and it features shit posters from around the world, and I noticed that they've depicted the English shit posters in a fair and balanced light. I just thought to myself, it was, I like it. They've got German, Polish and Russians there, and they're all speaking English, but then when the English do it, it's just incomprehensible gibberish with subtitles underneath. And it's like, I like it when like Americans come in, or even PPP, and it's just, and we were talking about some sort of law to Godwinson, and PPP was turning to Uncle Don. He's like, "Do you have any idea what these Brit bungs are saying?" And he says, "No, I can only make out half of it." Well, that's what happens when you have a couple of centuries of evolution of the mother language. We speak it differently to your colonial types, and so it should be. So it should be. I mean, I know there's some sort of effort to harmonise the language, what with your cultural exports from Hollywood, but nah, we still stick to our own mannerisms, and fair play. I for one, am looking for a decentralisation and culture creation, and I think we should all do our part to create a bit of culture ourselves, and that's what I do, a bit of music. So, tell you what, we're coming up to a toll road. So let me just get through the gear. Oh, I came down a bit too hard then. I want to use one of the telepass systems. Let's just get through this very, very slowly. That's a very reasonable toll. Right, can I get out here? Let's just see if I can. Let's just see if I can stop there for a bit. Let's just stop for a little bit. Not forever. Just stop for a little bit. So stop there. Parking brake on. Right. Let's read some comments. So what we got? You can own actual US stocks through a broker. Always good fun to drive a Hobbit, even when he doesn't know where he's going. Well, yeah. Hello, people. XXXVIII. In it, mates. Just moving my flat around and painting, otherwise I'd hop on. Been busy. I see. 70 and a 50. Tut, my Hobbit. Yeah, no, it was bad. I was looking at the rev counter and going through the gears and just forgetting. It's like, mate, you're in a town. But as no one's getting into the voice chat, let me just check something. What am I gonna check? No one's in the chat. Yeah, so I'm just gonna play a bit of my music. Let's go with that. Let's go with Lamentation of the Have Not, which you can find on my channel. It's there. The problem is I call these things different names on the file thing. But anyway, no talking now. Just music. In case you're wondering, this is all improvised. It's the very first time I ever played this song, and I'm sure if I listened to it I could play it again. But oh god, you've got to slow down, it's a town. Me to have to. There's something you can't do with an organ. No low frequency oscillator affecting your main oscillations on that. So I'm gonna go right instead of left. What? Hang on. I just drove past the place and it didn't come up. Let's go for another pass then, shall we? Right, there we go. Renault truck dealer discovered. Thank you. I'm particularly pleased of this transition. I think I did a good job here. Next time I play it, if you listen to the left hand, if you try and breathe at the same time as the left hand, it's a bit too fast for that, so I'm going to slow it down next time. And there we go. There's a song for everybody. In lieu of having, I sent the invite to everyone. I said, look, I'm going to do a stream Wednesday. I'll do it 7 till 9. If you want to come in and be co-driver, you're more than welcome. But it's okay. Sometimes it's just nice to be by myself and talking to the audience as if it was just my friends in the pub. Except this pub's on wheels and it's doing 56 miles an hour. So yeah, let's just carry on. And I also went ahead and excuse me.
All by myself.
Hello. This isn't my voice.
All by
myself. Hey. Hello, Top Cat.
I've been listening to you driving along, cooking up some tea, but you sounded a bit down there, so I thought I'd say
I appreciate it. I just had a little twang in my liver, and then, yeah.
Oh, I say usually I've got 3 or 4 people on these journeys with you.
Yeah, I suppose everybody's just having a quiet night, not doing anything. Maybe they're all busy buying GameStop stocks.
Well, that's I might do a stream about that. I might reopen Cat's Bar for one night only at the weekend, because I've been following it very keenly over the past couple of weeks or so. Actually, I actually thought a couple of weeks ago when the stock went up one day by about 40%, and I thought, oh, you know what, I've missed the boat here. Didn't think about it for a couple of days. Then it kept going up, kept going up, kept going up. So a few days ago, I actually bought it.
Hey, nice. Because I was just thinking, like, oh, surely if I buy US stocks, I'll have to pay import duties, and they'll probably just say the same thing.
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you.
Hey, there we go. So,
there you go.
yeah.
Well, I trade with a broker named Hargreaves Lansdowne. I have a stocks and shares ISA. You can buy, well, stocks and shares from the US. You do have to pay a foreign exchange duty and a transaction fee, but it's not too much whatsoever. And plus, because it's within the ISA, there's no tax to pay either.
Can you pay like a fraction of can you buy a fraction of a share? Or does it have to be like one whole share? Because this morning I saw it's
yeah.
I saw it's $140.
You'd have to use an application like Trading 212 or the Robin Hood application, which is what everybody on Wall Street Bets uses when they're buying options. So that's a little bit more complex. I've just been buying shares outright. You can buy options as well.
Okay.
Complex, but the short answer is yes, you can buy a fraction of a share. So if you want, it's really good for people to get involved, actually, even if they're only buying like a token, one share or have
Well,
you.
I mean, I'm thinking of buying one share just for the meme value. I mean, I could find like Friday. It's like, sorry, all your shares have been made null and void because LOL, peasants aren't allowed to get rich. But I mean, for the stake of like, I've just bought one share and now I've lost $140. Yeah, but at the same time, I did make a lot of hedge fund managers look at the top of their skyscrapers and go look at the bottom. Oh, that was it. Someone was saying, point of view, you're someone, hedge fund Mervyn, whatever it was called.
Yeah.
And oh shit, I missed the turning. Bollocks. All right, well that's okay. That's not a sin. I'm only doing like 4 rosaries for my infractions. That doesn't count.
It goes. There's all sorts going on the Wall Street Bets. That's I think it's Melvin. They've been in touch with their buddies at CNBC and all the big news outlets, and they've started pumping out stories now. Oh, they've already sold their shorts, which they haven't. They've been lying basically to get the private investors all to sell at the current price. But the private investors are all fucking well aware that the shorts haven't been, sold yet. So. Yeah,
honestly, if I was one of them, I'd be like, "Oh, you've just sold your stocks. Can I buy them then, please?"
Yeah, well,
Isn't it at 170 now?
Don't.
Or something like that, the stock price.
Oh, I wanted to buy it this morning at 140.
It was well over $300 per share when I looked. And that's from $40, I think it was at the start of last week.
Didn't I read somewhere it was something like if on Friday at the close of business it's over $48 a share that they're going down, and if it's over 100 that the regulators are coming in or something like that. It's quite a big deal.
This I think it's Melvin, and there's also Citron. I think Citron, another one. These billion, multi-billion-dollar hedge funds that have, they've lost like a third of the business already, but they could get a lot worse for them if they don't close their shorts at a reasonable price. price for them. And well, like I was saying, they haven't closed them yet. and nobody that has bought, call options or bought the stocks is selling, because they all know that these hedge funds have to buy the shares back. So why sell them at this current price when the price is going up and up and up? I might do a stream about it. It's something I follow, the stocks and shares, and it's not just GameStop that are going up. I think people should hold on to GameStop, by the way, not just for the next couple of days, but it's a good company. It's branching out. It's branching into the e-commerce world. They're millionaires.
Did you see with this sort of money, they could do a lot of stuff. Did you see the thing where someone's saying like he banks with GameStop, and he says that, well, look, I mean, all these banks I bank with, they give me unauthorized overdrafts, they charge me interest, they do all these things, they dick me around, plus the queues in them are really long. So what I do is I pre-order a bunch of games on GameStop, and when I want to withdraw money, I go into GameStop and I say, yeah, I want a refund on this, and that, and it goes direct in my savings account. And he says the lines in GameStop are much shorter, and he doesn't get any interest, but so what, because they're not going to charge him any overdraft fees. It's just if the game comes out, he's bought it. And he says we buy like 1 or 2 games a year on the pre-order system, but he says even though he gets refunds of them, he gets like all the in-game benefits and other sort of stuff. So he says effectively that they give me incentives which are far better than any interest rates, because I was just going to spend them in the game anyway. So, and he says the other thing, I work in a mall, therefore when I've got a GameStop in my mall, I don't have to bank in the mall. So it's far more convenient for me to bank with GameStop.
Well, I'm sure it's a much more pleasant experience as well, walking into a GameStop than it is a bank.
I don't know about you, but sometimes when I've walked into a bank, they treat me like I'm criminal scum. I've never been treated like criminal scum when I've gone into a games retailer.
Well, have you walked into Asda in the past few months? If you want to be treated like criminal scum, they actually have CCTV on the checkouts now, and you're looking at a recording of yourself being made whilst you're just one of those self-service checkouts. I thought.
Same in Tesco now and McCall's.
Yeah.
Tesco. What up?
Yeah, in my local Tesco, they've got those. They've got the security cameras over the self-service thing. However, according to the security guard, because I asked him about that, he told me that it was mainly to stop kids nicking pick and mix.
I don't care what it's for. When I saw that I was being on... I mean, I know that it's like every shop you go to is CCTV, but when it was like CCTV like that, I mean, I only had like a sandwich and like a drink or something, but I just dumped it there in the till, gave it the V sign and walked out without paying. And I was like, fuck
because
you. Yeah, and I was just like, no, if you treat me like that... I mean, this is the thing, I know it's like... my old school, it looks like a prison now. It's got like razor wire fencing around it, and it's all this training. It's I thought it was quite interesting. Godwinson said that he got vaccinated at school, and they just said, hey, there's going to be a quick assembly and you're all getting jabbed with a mystery substance, and yeah, that's it. No sort of like, because I remember that happened in my school. There was like a permission slip. You had to send it to your parents and say, Mum, Dad, they want to vaccinate us. And
you got to get permission. The TB jab. I remember everyone had that. I've still got the scar on me, bleeding out. I can't remember being told I'd have a lifelong scar.
Yeah. I had polio, rubella, and I got measles the old-fashioned way, so I didn't bother getting a jab for that.
Well, apparently now, if you catch this, what's it called, COVID, you can get 500 quid gifts from Boris Johnson. Is that going through?
Well, so in other words, there's going to be ching chong chinky cough parties. So it's like let's all get 500 quid. But it's just like you can see they're bribing people with their own money to try and jack up the numbers so that they can justify their house arrest, because they say, oh, look at this surge of cases. What, you mean the surge of cases after you offered everybody a £500 bribe to go and get tested?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, a disease so deadly.
£500 idea.
A disease so deadly that if you go and get tested, they'll give you £500 if you're positive with it. I can imagine
all of those kids going around the COVID wards getting elderly people to cough on them so they can bankrupt GameStop. I mean, like...
No, not bankrupt GameStop. Bankrupt Mervyn Holdings LLC.
That's the one, sorry. Yeah. Bankrupt Merv. Yeah, come on, Gran, you got to give me COVID so I can bankrupt Merv.
Yeah, so GameStop is going to become the richest company, so it's going to outclass Amazon, and I, for one, hope that it will crush Amazon into the dirt.
To be honest, I don't even game, but anything that screws over Steam and Gabe Newell, I support.
Yeah, this could be interesting. It could offer like a viable alternative to Steam. Yeah.
Again, I don't even game, I just don't like him.
I briefly mentioned it earlier, but a billionaire invested in GameStop a few months ago, and he's been installing guys to run the business, and this billionaire made his money from e-commerce. So going forward, GameStop, you know, it's already got good liquidity, good reputation. It's got this guy already invested in it. So it's going to be successful in the future. So it's not just a quick, thing to make a profit.
Maybe there will be a real bank of GameStop where you can actually have like a savings account with them. So that guy that pre-orders games and then uses GameStop as a savings account, he'll just I don't need the refunds withdrawn into like some other bank. I'll just have it with the bank of GameStop because you offer me better rates. I need to go down in gear. Oh, he'll start. Oh, grunt. You're gonna let me in? You're gonna let me in? Yes, you're gonna let me in. Good. Merge and turn. Oh, we're getting there. Oh, that 560 horsepower engine struggling.
Should have kept it rolling, mate.
Yeah, I know, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, eh? The problem is the draw distance isn't as good as in real life, so these problems, they wouldn't have just been like you come up to a bit of the road and it's like, oh yeah, we got to stop now. There would have actually been like signs further up ahead, and it's like you'd have had traffic announcers saying there's a crash on the A40 or wherever road this one is. It's not the A40.
Anyway, I've just done a homemade chippy, some Hollands pie, so I'll tuck into that whilst I listen to the rest of the drive.
Good stuff. All right,
yeah.
Thanks for dropping in the driver's seat. And we're taking you right through the night until 9 PM.
Why, well then, would Mystic Mike take over at that point?
Mystic Mike? Oh, yes.
Yeah, Mystic Mike, hey guys, it's Mystic Mike.
With the
here to take you
drive.
Mystic Mike and the nighttime drive, taking you from 9 till 12 here on Fremen on the Sand, 1258 FM.
That's the one.
I think that's the one.
Hey, speaking of which, I discovered a new band yesterday. I was on it was saying about like learning how to play the left hand and right hand independently, and it was interesting. And then someone underneath was like, "Oh, you play the keyboard so well. I think if I was to play it, it would sound like squeezing out a turd." And then someone underneath it says, "Oh, you mean like this Clowncore video?" And Clowncore is a very talented band. One's a drummer, the other plays saxophone. They all play keyboard, and it was very funny, this video. But basically, something happened, and an object was dropped on the synthesizer, playing a bunch of notes. And then they make a song. Speeding offence? Oh, that's 5 rosaries. When did that happen? It's like, hey, guess what? No, it's 80. Oh, God. 5 rosaries. I don't even have a rosary. I'm going to have to get a rosary. I don't want to go on Amazon and order a rosary.
Why don't you just stop speeding?
Well, because... No, the thing it's not just about speeding. It's like any sort of, like, offence which I, offence, rosary. So I stopped off at this mountain stop pass on the road, and I need to find a services to get fuel and sleep. Is that one? No, that's just a sign for Reims and Metz. So I stopped there, and it was quite a short lay-by, really, for cars, not full-fledged lorries. But I took a photograph, and then as I drove off, I mounted the curb and I ran over 2 signs.
Right.
Yeah. So I drove yesterday in the game, and it was really bad, and I tipped the load. I shouldn't have been driving. I was far too angry, frustrated with Windows updates and steering wheel not working because the Logitech software is a dog. And yeah, that was a pain in the ass. Right, where's the service station? I need to pull over. But fair play to everyone that's buying those stocks at the moment, and good luck to them. I hope they all become millionaires, and I hope one of them who's got the stocks will go like, hey, you know what, Hobbit? Hey, have some of this money. Buy yourself a Krog Pro Logic 16 and see what you can do with it. I'm investing in you. Because I'm really happy with the simps I've got, but you could always have more. And also, I know I actually need it. That pisses me off, right? Do you see that car that stops there? He stopped on a slip road. I had a rant about this earlier on. Don't stop at a slip road. If it's not safe, you just carry on the hard shoulder. Because if you're merging onto like a motorway, they're doing 70 and you're doing 10. Well, you're basically a stationary object, and at that point, you've just become a hazard to other road users. So use the hard shoulder to build up speed if you haven't got it, and then when it's safe, merge in time. Services, 500 metres. There we go. No, I absolutely hate people that do that. You're being a danger to everyone around you. You just can't... I mean, that's what the hard shoulder's there for. I just engaged the parking brake. Okay, I wonder what that button did. Come on. Here we go. Air de France. Yep, that's a very French-sounding name. Parking for lorries. Parking for lorries is on the left. And there better be fuel here. No fuel, it's just a rest stop. Okay. Right, so stop there. Engine off. Sleep. So what's Nordic saying? Do they still do pick and mix? Sounds like the security guard was talking bollocks.
It might well have been.
As to now have COVID marshals keeping an eye on the people. Right, so I've posted it in the 37 chat, but just here's the thing, right? Record all your encounters. Go into one of these shops like Asda or Morrison's without a mask, and then when you get challenged, you say, I am exempt. You don't have to say anything else, don't have to say COVID's a load of bollocks, you just say, I'm exempt. And if they challenge you further, oh yeah, you have to do the air pressure thing. They challenge you further, you say, it's an offence under the 2010 Equalities Act to ask me why I'm exempt. And if they challenge you further, well, you've just got evidence of them refusing you entry and discriminating against you with disabilities. Doesn't matter what it is, you just say you're exempt. And you send that evidence in, you use the standard template form for disability discrimination, which is in the PDF. You write the email using that form to their HR department, and then you get an out-of-court settlement because they won't even get to the court stage.
I should probably also mention, ladies and gentlemen, as the voice of common sense in this sort of quite calm, laid-back stream, is that I would highly advise, if you are going to pull a stunt like this, right, A, try and film covertly, as in perhaps put your phone in the top pocket of your shirt, for example, or something like that. And secondly, try not to do this in your local shop or your local area.
Don't shit where you eat.
Don't shit where you eat, kids.
Lizard says, does this work if you don't have a disability? We all got disabilities. You've got oppositional defiance disorder. There you go. You have a condition which causes you anxiety if you wear a face covering. Or, simple, here's it, and you just jump through the hoops. You've got a disability. Oh, I don't have a disability. You've got a disability. Wearing a mask. You're exempt. We're all exempt from wearing masks. Don't wear a fucking mask. And get your money. I think the best thing we can do at the moment, I kept asking myself, what's the best thing we can do? Is it to do Fed posting? No, it's not. Is it to do acts of violence? No, it's not. Is it to terrorism? No, it's not. The best thing we can do with this system is malicious compliance and drain them of resources. So buy GameStop stocks, contact a broker.
With your compensation money.
Yeah, with your compensation money. Go and get compensated. And here's the thing, right? So you'll force their hand. If enough people go into shops saying I'm exempt and then do this, then what will happen is, and here's the thing, right? Even if you don't have a camera, it's always good to record any of your deeds with stuff. But you can say, at such and such a date, I was refused entry from your shop, and they will have CCTV footage of them, you being denied entry.
But this is the problem, ladies and gentlemen. Whilst you can submit a freedom of information request for that CCTV if it's pertinent to your dealings, it's much easier just to have audio and visual recording for yourself, purely because A, it's more convenient, and secondly, I will remind you that those businesses are recording you for a reason. And you should record them for the same reason. Yeah.
For the other thing, when they say why are you recording, it's like it's for my safety and training purposes. Just
No, you just don't for liability purposes.
Yeah.
Liability reasons.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah,
that's it. That's it. Reasons of liability.
Yeah.
Liability reasons.
Yeah, that's it. Simple as. Nothing against you, criminal scumbags. Just don't like you.
Liability reasons, kids.
Yeah, that's it. You don't want to get into long philosophical arguments, with the shop staff. It's just a case of, oh, okay, you refused me entry. Well, it's I'll be on my way peacefully now. And then
absolutely. Like, I can't believe I'm actually going to agree wholeheartedly with Hobbit's political tactics, but on this occasion, we're in 100% agreement.
You see, I can actually be sensible at sometimes. And this is
malicious compliance. Follow those guidelines to a T. Don't do it where you are. Make sure you've got a recording of it. Use the template form. Settle out of court. Leave them dry.
Yeah, and the fact is, they'll keep doing it until the point where it's no longer profitable to continue along with this hoax. At which point they'll just be like, yeah, you're not wearing a mask. Well, we're not enforcing it. You just go and do what you like. And at which point,
before we make that prediction, Hobbit, I think that's wishful thinking. For example, in this increased feminized, estrogenic world, what they might say is that we're going to presume that no one is exempt unless you have a letter from a doctor, that there'll be an exemption in an update to the coronavirus Act.
So in other words, much like with the people buying GameStop stocks and them saying that, NASDAQ, well, we're going to cease trading because you guys are manipulating the market. What, like you do all the fucking time? Yeah, but you're peasants, you're not allowed to do it.
Precisely. That's what I'm trying to get at. Is that a lot of people think, oh yeah, it's entirely legal. Realistically, it doesn't matter whether it is or not. It's about power.
It's legal when they do it, not when you do it. So you go. You just go there, get your compensation because they discriminated against you. You get your out-of-court settlement, use your money to buy GameStop stocks, and lol as the hilarity ensues.
Precisely, because this is the problem. I think what everyone needs to bear in mind is that you need to keep a hit-and-run, flexible attitude to these sort of things, because it's a case of it's only a matter of time. Right, before that they clamp down on it. For example, this thing with recent thing with GameStop. If you think that in 6 months that Biden isn't just going to, if it keeps happening, that Biden won't rush in an executive order to prevent quote market fixing or something. Like it's one of those things where you've got to box clever. Once you see an opportunity, get in, get out before it gets regged.
That's it. That's it. Just when you spot a vulnerability in the behemoths, a chink in their armour, you launch your metaphorical spear at it. You cast your slings and arrows.
Yeah. See an opportunity.
Seize an opportunity.
Seize
I have 4 litres of diesel left. Would it be enough to get me to the station?
How far's the station?
Well, it's got to be within 10 kilometres according to the trip estimator.
Best of luck.
Wow. Interesting. So, Mannheim is the closest one to me. So I'm just going to say, yeah, let's go to... There's no petrol station in Mannheim. Oh yes, there is, because if I buy the garage, that will count as a petrol station. And that is 71 kilometres away. Okay.
No. 4 litres of diesel. No way.
For 70 kilometres. Well, let's just see what happens, shall we? Let's see how far we can get. Should have refueled when I had the chance.
Yep.
No, don't engage the retarder. Engage the retarder automatically. 2 litres. 1 litre. 1 litre. Oh, can I get around this without braking? What? 0 litres. Right, that's it. I'm running on fumes now. Ironically, I'm carrying fuel in my trailer. There it is.
You'll have to fund the fuel recovery van.
Yeah, I will do. And the steering's just got very stiff. But look, there's the German border. So let's just stop before there because I want to deal with the French blokes. Right. Bundesrepublik of Deutschland. So let's go. Ring the view services and adjustments. Emergency refueling. Emergency fuel will provide you with 50 litres of diesel. It will cost €367 and take 30 minutes. You're waiting for emergency refueling service. There we go. So, get rid of that information panel. Engine on. And...
So what's the template form then to make this complaint, just out of curiosity?
I didn't pin it in 37 chat, so you'll have to scroll up a bit, or you can filter for my posts. If you type in like exempt, that will probably bring up any post mentioning the word exempt. Hey look, there's a pit. Oh, I could have just gone in there. I could have limped into it. I could have literally used my inertia to do it. Never mind. Well, this station wasn't mentioned on the map. And yes, chat, I know I went in the no entry sign, but who's really counting? Who's really counting? Honestly, I'm not counting. You're not counting. No one's counting. You're going to look at the PDF and the form. Okay, so let's go to the next stage. Let's say enough people do this malicious compliance and they get their out-of-court settlements from various supermarkets and other establishments, refuse them entry because they're not wearing a mask. So the next thing they do is like saying, yeah, you actually need a doctor's certificate. And it's like, right, but the Ecologies Act says that I don't need to show you any of that stuff. But then they say, oh yes, but no you do. Alright, so you've just made a change to the law, which is unlawful, but never mind that. Okay, so everyone goes to the doctor and say, hey doctor, masks make me anxious. Give us a doctor's note. Alright, here's your doctor's note. They're doing it from phone anyway. It's just like, oh look doctor, last time I wore a mask I had like breathing difficulties and I was panicking and I went dizzy and I don't even want to put one on anymore. Just whenever I look at it, I just start getting sweaty, and I get cold shivers, and I really, doctor, I don't know what to do. I mean, and you just start speeding up your voice and doing that. And it's like, oh well, clearly must call you anxiety, and you've got some underlying mental issue there. So yeah, here's your doctor's note saying that I can't wear a mask because it causes me anxiety. And then you go back to the place, and there's like, and then you're not wearing a mask. Hey,
This is the problem. Like, I'm exempt. Like, do you actually have to? I don't know if you actually have to get it confirmed by a doctor.
No, you don't.
Or you just have criteria.
You just meet the criteria. The doctors can't assess everybody, can they? They can't go around and assess everybody. So the fact is, if you believe masks cause you undue harm or distress, and it doesn't matter whether you even believe it or not. Fact is, you go into one of these shops, refuse you entry, and it's like, thank you very much. I'll see you out of court for an out-of-court settlement. Hey, I wasn't speeding. No, that doesn't count.
I can't find your posts in the server Hobbit. Do you know what the form was called?
It's shit. The 37 chat. It's not in Discord.
Oh, hang on. What? Okay, hang on.
Yeah, Telegram.
Oh, was it in the 37 group?
Yes.
Oh, I'm not in that one. Sorry.
Okay. Well, I posted it in the 37 group.
Could you pause and grab it for me?
No.
Please. Go on.
In a bit. All right. We're coming to a junction, so I'll just let's just put the thing in. Right. Let's find it. Okay.
No, hang on, it's fine. Punks Bastardos just said in chat, pinned message on the 37 chat. Mate, just get the link and shove it in chat for us, will you? In the video chat, so people have got the the actual URL for the form.
Oh, Punk Bastardo doesn't have a spanner. Let me go and get it. So let's have a look.
Cool.
Oh, that's pinned message 9, pinned message 7. The yogurt nonce cometh. Yeah, pinned message 6.
Yogurt nonce cometh. What the?
I'm looking at all the pinned messages on the thing. Right, okay. Let's just do a search for exempt. Ah, here we go. Right, so copy the link, and then paste in chat. There you go, disabilityrights.org.uk, and that's the standard template form. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Viewers may experience buffering. Let's have a look at my OBS. OBS is sending 7,000 kilobytes a second, which is more than the 6,000 YouTube will accept. So I don't know what you're talking about, YouTube, mate. It's fine. Change gear. There we go. Right, let's go forward. question mark on the map, so rather than driving, I'm going straight on instead of left. Because I'm an explorer. Don't speed. There we go, so there's a recruitment agency. Let me in, thank you very much. Let's turn around. Let me back out.
Fucking what? I'm just reading this form now.
Yeah.
While in court, we will assess the award of damages for injury to feelings in an objective way. What the fuck? You mean injury to feelings?
Well, hurt feelings are now a criminal. That is yeah. You can sue for hurt feelings.
You can now sue for hurt feelings. I didn't know that.
Well, that's what hate speech laws are.
Cool. Well, fuck it. We'll just well, I knew about the hate speech laws, but I thought you had to have at least. Yeah, I suppose in a way, but I thought it was just opportunistic.
If you call me an autistic spacker and I said I was genuinely hurt by that, so I'm taking you to court, and the court were ruled in my favour, you would have to pay me money as damages.
Cool. But if you said something to me that I was offended by that's a protected characteristic,
yeah,
I'd be able to sue you back.
But I made the claim first, so nah. Wasn't there this thing like in a university where like there was this woman who was going to sue this bloke for rape, but then he went to the college services first and said she raped me, and because he made the claim first, they had to rule in his favour, and then she was expelled from college. You heard this story?
No, I have not.
Someone in the chat, if you know the story I'm on about, where they both claimed they'd sued one another, raped one another after a night of consensual sex, and but because he went and made his claim first, they ruled in his favour. So, like, you know what? This is the only remedies we've got at the moment, and I'm hoping Mark Windows listens to this because, like, guy, here's some legal remedies. Here's a good, fun-natured way to poke an eye into the beast. And yes, you are playing with fire, but then again, life is a risk. So it's a case of, do you want to be on your knees for the rest of life begging like, oh please, Mr. Evil Beast, don't eat me last. Don't come for me yet. I'll lick your asshole whilst you're destroying the lives of all my friends and family. Just please make me last. Let me just live in servitude for a few more years. Do you want to do that, or do you want to go like, they hurt my feelings when I couldn't wear a mask and I think I might cry in court. I'm sorry, it just bring the memories back where the guy pushed me and said you can't come in the mask. Really hurt my feelings, and I haven't been able to sleep because of it.
You say that, Hobbit, but you have to bear in mind that, as you said, it is highly unlikely that this is going to go to court.
Well, that's
most
it.
major companies are just going to settle because they know that.
Because they figured out, it's like, well look, if we give you $7,000, which is what one of the payments was, that's cheaper than them going to court.
Well, I personally think you should box clever. I don't think that you should settle for like $9,000. I think that you should aim for like I'm going to say 1,500, because I think you're far more likely to get that than $9,000.
And I would be
because
very happy with
£1,500
because that is the price of a brand new Korg ProLogic 16 available on all good retailers now. Yeah, really would love that. But I
think you shouldn't do 900. You should go above that, right? But you shouldn't go for more than say 2,000. I
The
reckon
reason I mentioned
1,500.
£7,000 is this was one of the out-of-court settlements awarded to one of these claimants. Your results may vary.
The other thing is that if you suddenly discover you have anxiety, I would definitely, if you're perhaps maybe not entirely, if you haven't got a long history of a disability, that whatever disability you do decide that you are suffering from, that basically the lesser that is, the disability is, or the more recent the disability is, the less you should claim. If you genuinely have a long-term problem and you are turned away for not wearing a mask because it's incredibly uncomfortable and distressing for you, then
they don't know how recently you developed this condition, and they are not allowed to pry into your confidential private medical records. That would be a criminal proceeding, not a civil proceeding. So you've had this anxiety all your life. There you go. Simple as. You've been autistic.
Or, of course, or as you mentioned before, you remember you don't. If anyone's actually going to do this, you don't say that in the shop.
Oh God, no. So let me repeat the same thing again. Step 1: go to a shop which you have no problem causing a ruckus at. So don't shit where you're eating. Step 2: go to that shop without wearing a mask. Step 3: if and only if you change. So don't just start rubbing up against the staff and coughing at them. If you get a challenge like why you're not wearing a mask, say I am exempt. And if not, start saying 5G towers give you chemtrails which make you gay. Just if they have to be the ones to initiate the force. They say, why are you exempt? It is an offence under the 2010, repeat with me, it is an offence under the 2010 Equalities Act to ask why I'm exempt. And then, if they challenge you after that, if they don't just leave you alone and really push it, and they're not just a job's worth and they really believe this bullshit, and say, well, I'm going to eject you from the shop because you're not telling me why you're exempt, and blah, blah, blah. For whatever reason you get ejected from the shop, don't resist, cooperate, just say thank you, I'll see my way out. And you use that form.
And then fill out the template form.
And then you email whatever their relevant HR department is. Don't post it to them, email it to them, because then you'll have a written record. You'll have a record of when it's done, when it was posted. And if they don't respond in, for example, a week, then remind them again. Chasing it up once a week for about 30 days, and then put a claim in. If you don't want to put a claim in, you can just drop it if they don't pay you. I've got to stop there as I'm doing I've got to do the manoeuvring in the quarry. So let me read how they say it. Who would like a copy of the actual template letter that was used in the first discrimination case regarding face coverings, where £7,000 was awarded in compensation? So after further investigation regarding the above case, no solicitor was actually appointed and it did not go to court. The compensation was awarded using the letter. I have been showing for 2 days. I didn't realise this. These 3 questions should help you further. 1. What are the 3 magic words you need to say if you're exempt from wearing a face covering? Come on, chat, you should know this. I am exempt. Note the words... this is their misspelling. So let me just rephrase that. So the answer is I am exempt. Not the words this is tyranny, or it's not even law, or where is your risk assessment, or I have 21 medical studies showing face coverings can cause disease. Although these statements may be true, they are not grounds of compensation. It has to be I am exempt. 2. What is the solution if you are further questioned? Answer. Seek compensation under the Equality Act 2010, which is between £900 and £9,000. You don't even need a solicitor. 3. How do I seek compensation without instructing a solicitor? Email rather than write to the shop. The template letter is here, and that's been posted in the chat. You need to put it in your personal details and a brief explanation of what happened, and that is it. It's called a pre-action letter. Oh, so you don't even need evidence. It's just a pre-action letter. It's a pre-action letter for disability discrimination as to be acknowledged by within 14 days. That's their writing, not mine. It will take you 10 to 20 minutes, so you just look at that template letter. Let me have a look at this template letter. What does it say? Dear Sir, Madam, Equality Act 2010 letter for claim, disability, blah, blah, blah. This is a pre-action letter for disability discrimination. I have the following conditions, and then you have a list of medical conditions. These have a substantial impact on my life, and so the protected characteristic of disability is defined Section 6 of the Equality Act 2010. My condition means I'm unable to wear a face covering. So outline here more of what happened, include quotes from staff and how it made you feel, any damage to your health. Make sure you give dates and times, the location of the incidents, and if you know the identity of any perpetrators, also include them here. Your attention is drawn to the press release of 20th of July 2020 from the government, which references more detailed guidance you're encouraged to familiarise yourself with. And it says gov.uk/government/news/disabled people exempt from wearing face coverings under new government guidance. I was following the rules when entering your premises unmasked. I am entitled not to wear a face covering to protect my health and well-being. The response to your staff outlined what above was, however, outside the rules and more seriously unlawful as explained below. As a service provider, you must not discriminate against me. Section 29 of the Provision of Services, etc. A person, a service provider, concerned with the provision of a service to the public or a section of the public, for payment or not, must not discriminate against a person requiring the service by not providing the person with the service. And then there's 3 other pages, you can read it all there. So let's just get back to it. So you filled in this form, and it says, please, with the greatest respect, stop talking about your experiences and take action. The law is on your side. I'm reading posts like, I told him so-and-so and he won't bother me next time. Maybe not, but what about somebody who isn't as confident as you? We are 6 months into this now. How many of you had complaints email trail? How many of you had footage on your phones? You are able to claim for discrimination even if it happened months ago. I created this group, so remember that. If you've been barred service months ago and you can prove it, do you have to prove it?
Oh, no. Or, let's be honest, like, you have to keep in mind, even if you can't prove it, right, or even if you've got no camera phone footage of the record, you should still email the company with all the details. I mean, the worst they can say is no, and then you go, okay. If all they have to do is to respond to you saying, okay, then we'll see you in court, and you can just drop it.
By now, the majority
it's as simple as that.
Yeah. So anyway, it just carries on. There's a bit more fluff, but the fact is, step 1, you say I'm exempt, and then if you're further questioned, you seek compensation under the Equality Act 2010. So, and then that's when you use. So, if you're further questioned after saying you're exempt, you use that form and you email whoever is like responsible. So it doesn't have to be the HR department, but if it's a large corporation like Tesco or something, they'll have a HR department. So right, let's do the where do you need it option. Okay, it didn't actually say proceed to unloading area. Where am I taking this? Oh, okay, it's down the quarry. And there you go, folks. There is legal remedy so that you can go into a shop unaided. Just, I fancy, shopping in the next town from me. I fancy shopping in the city rather than my local town. Just go out for a stroll. I left my mask out. Well, that's okay. I'm exempt. We're all exempt. You're exempt. I'm exempt. We're all exempt. Go to the shops without a mask. And if not when, if you get challenged, I'm exempt.
Hang on a minute, let's get a list of exemptions up.
You don't say your exemption, you just say I'm exempt.
Yeah, I know, but for the purposes of the form.
Well, it's anxiety, isn't it? It makes me anxious wearing a mask. Can't breathe. I'm just looking to. The reasons that I'm having a look is so I can cover all your bases.
So just to give you some more options for the viewers. I love streams like this.
It's good, isn't it? You know,
This is
it's
such a
just
good-
casual bit of driving, a bit of sage advice. You know, like here's some things you can do in life. You can. I don't have money to buy GameStop shares because they've gone up from 141 this morning to $300. Well, here's how you get £900 at least.
Right, so I'm just on the government website. When you do not need to wear a face covering, this is up-to-date guidance, coronavirus 19,
I'm a Muslim.
December the 4th, 2020. When to wear. Okay, you do not need to. Hang on. Right. So, you do not need to wear a face covering if you're under the age of 11. People who cannot put on, wear, or remove a face covering because of physical, mental illness, or impairment, or disability. When putting on, wearing, or removing a face covering will cause you severe distress. If you are speaking to or providing assistance to someone who relies on lip reading, clear sound, or facial expressions to communicate, to avoid harm or injury, or the risk of harm or injury to yourself or others.
Well, there you go. It's to reduce the risk
And
of harm or
police
injury.
officers and other emergency workers. All right, okay.
Yeah, so you're not wearing a mask to prevent harm to yourself or others. What's the harm, I hear you ask, dear listener? Well, simple. Masks are a breeding ground for not viruses. Masks are a breeding ground for bacteria, and you don't want to get bacterial pneumonia, now do you? Especially as we got this crisis going on.
Yeah, I said I think that you're going with the start of it. I think the best thing you could just say is anxiety, and
that causes you harm or distress.
Yeah, which causes me severe distress when placing a mask on because it restricts my airway. I think that's going to be the easiest way to justify that. I'm just trying to think, unless you've got perhaps a dependent in your family who relies on lip reading or whatever.
The fact is, it's a bit of a creative writing task. You tell them wearing a mask causes me harm, and if you perceive it causes you harm, they can't say, well, we say it doesn't cause you harm. It's like, well, you're not me. My experiences aren't objective, they're subjective. So the mask causes you harm, simple as. And that's why you can't wear one. Because this is about harm reduction. It's not about harm prevention, otherwise they just say, you're all under house arrest until we find the cure for death. You've seen the latest thing now, they're talking about like wearing triple masks because they're saying double masks aren't enough. So you've got to wear a triple mask. Me.
I'll tell you what though, it's what Top Cat's just posted in there, that Senator Elizabeth Warren from Massachusetts has written on Twitter that professional investors are hurting from getting absolutely fucked by Reddit and 4chan.
Am I supposed to have an iota of respect for these people that wreck nations?
Oh no, this isn't the part of it, but she's just called for further regulations, further financial regulations. I fucking called it.
Good, we forced their hand. This is democracy in action, and you know what? I wish Phil was here right now because I'm like, hey Phil, these capitalists have done more to regulate the market than your communist stuff ever has done.
Ooh, based. Unholy levels of based. But yeah, this is what I love, lads. Lads and ladies who are watching this show.
It's all right.
You've got to keep in mind. Yeah, you have
the moniker of lads as well.
Yeah, you've got to box clever. You see.
Boxing
like this,
clever. That's a good song. That is.
You know. I said, box clever. Don't allow. To be constrained by this in the box thinking full of like voting and shit like that. Hit him where it hurts. Hit him in the wallet. So the more the merrier. Take advantage of these things when you can. You know,
exactly.
If you've got the tism, pretend you've got anxiety and get a grand from the British government.
What do you mean pretend?
From Tesco.
It's entirely subjective. My harm. You can't say that I'm not experiencing genuine harm from this. No, that's wrong. It's there's no pretense about it. Yeah.
Right.
You're not lying. You're just seeking you're seeking redress for damages. That's all it is. They've damaged you, and you want a redress. You want remedy, and the remedy will be £900 to £9,000. Thank you very much.
I might add though, don't get greedy.
No, you don't say how much you want, because that's a letter of extortion. You just say this is a pre-action letter, and then you leave it to them. And it's like, oh, can we give you a £50 food voucher?
You mentioned how much you want.
Oh, okay.
It says at the bottom here, I therefore seek X pounds to settle this case, along with specific information regarding how you will ensure that no further incidents can occur. Remember, it's a pre-action letter. You're trying to settle out of court. So I would suggest, if you're trying it on, just keep it to say 1,500.
Well, if there's anything I've known from negotiations, you aim high and you settle low. So if you say, all right, the amount of money I actually want is £1,500, you don't just say I want £1,500, because then they'll go, well, here's £900, the minimum they can.
Yeah, but that's Hobbit. That's the point. If you say 1,500, you probably get, I don't know, 950 out of it.
Well, that's one thing you should ask for at least 2,500, and I'll say, well, will 2,100 do?
Yeah, but you have to ask. If they decide, actually, screw it, we're going to court, they might ask you, how do you justify the 2,500? How did you come to that figure?
Are they going to court for? Are they going to go to court for £2,500? I don't think they will.
Might do it. They might do it.
If you do, yeah, but you go and find a solicitor that works on a no win, no fee basis, and you just say, hey, look, they're not. I was hurt by this. They hurt me, and I asked for a reasonable sum of money, and they're saying no. Can you help me?
Yeah, but what you're doing is being reasonable. Like, this is the thing. You're more than the whole point of this is easy money.
Well, the fact is,
right?
This is the bit.
So hang on.
Yeah.
Right. In the reasoning, right. What I'm trying to do is increase the odds of actually getting paid for any of the 5 people that are going to actually have a go at this.
12.
Right. 12 people that are going to have a go at this. Is that you've got to keep in mind, right, is if you start, again, the reason that I'm saying go 15 and get beat down to 950 is because if they say to you, how did you come up with that compensation figure, you say, oh, I wanted to use the lower end of the spectrum for compensation, as I believe that that's an adequate amount set by case law, and I'm prepared to negotiate with it. Right? Because remember, if you get any money at all out of them, you win.
Capstan,
right?
Your intelligence is not doing you any favours here. You're overthinking this issue. When they come back to you and say, where did you come up with this figure? And just say, I think it's very rude you should ask me that thing, and that's caused me further distress. I'm asking now for more money. It's like, look, I'm a poor crippled peasant, and you've just asked me to justify this sum of money when you're the criminal scumbags that have hurt me. Perhaps I need an advocate to speak on my behalf, where you've got the law on your side, because the fact is, what they're doing there is they're negotiating, like, all right, how much money, hush money, do we need to pay you? Maybe we can lowball you with some clever words, and be like, I'm not really capable of speaking about this, so you know what, you can speak to my legal counsel about it, and they can say about actually how you owe me more than £1,500, you actually now owe me £9,000. Thank you very much. No win, no fee.
But that's
I've just
not,
lost
but the problem is that if
my
you do
winnings
win,
to the solicitor.
but if you are going to have to give half of it to the solicitor, which might end up being less than what you would get if you just took
so now I've lost the money, but now I've cost them even more money. It's not about the money, it's about, as Heath Ledger would say, sending a message. Fuck these people. Bleed them for as much fucking money as you can. And also get your £1,500 so you can buy a Korg Pro Logic 16 available in all music retailers now.
Yeah, but the problem is, mate, right, is would you rather have 950 quid, right, but again, you being reasonable, going at the bottom end of that, of the total sum of money.
So are you assuming I can only do this once?
Or would you rather cost the company £5,000 right? But you only get, I don't know, 600 quid, and you have to go to court and do the hassle with a solicitor.
Oh, I
Do you see
don't,
what I
don't
mean?
go to court. The courts are closed right now. No, it's like, yeah, it's ordered in your favour. Tesco, pay up. You know the rules. You know this is against the law. Pay up. So you know what? Go for it. Go for it. Ask for a reasonable amount of money. Like I said, somebody was awarded £7,000 for this. The max you can award is £9,000.
But we don't know about what the circumstances of the £7,000 was. There could have been
So
aggravating factors.
you try it with one place and you say you want £900. Okay, now how many more people? I've done Tesco. Who next? I wouldn't recommend Co-op or Waitrose because they're owned by the people. You want to do it with corporations like Asda, Tesco, Argos. Just go and look at other places. It's like, oh yeah, they're shitbags.
Nah, fuck them. It's like, if they're making you wear a mask because of the restrictions, it's fair game.
Ah, okay. I mean, personally, I want, like, you know, the big businesses to be paying for this. So, oh shit! I just realised I've not got a speed limiter because I'm not driving on the job. Let's just bring that down to 80.
No.
I want to go to the nearest city so I can go to a truck mechanic. Yeah, but the fact is you can do it with more than one company, and you and I can't issue legal advice because we're not solicitors. You just use the form, you have to use your own discernment, because I'm not issuing legal advice here. Use your own discernment, you think up what a reasonable sum is, and you're the only one who knows what a reasonable sum is because you know what your circumstances are. And that's it. Simple as. I mean, you and I both want £1,500 so we can both have our own core ProLogic 16 and do a jam session at some point, right? I mean, that's the idea. You and I are going to meet when such things are permitted, and we're going to be like, hey, let's, you know, hook these up and put it into a door, and you play one track and I'll play another track at the same time, and that'll be good. And hey, now we've done that, let's record some drums and some guitar over it. I love playing drums. Yeah, I used to play drums, you know. But then again, everyone...
Really?
Yeah, but well, anyone with a sense of timing plays drums, right? I mean, you listen to your heart, you listen to your breath, and you start doing like 3 times faster, 4 times faster, or you do it like on every 8th beat or something. It's just... Yeah. I picked up... Like, the first time I properly played the drums, I was about 13 years old. I was in the music room, and I was like, is anyone using these drums? No. Can I play with them? Yeah. Can I be loud? Yeah, the room's sound deadened. So I just started playing and I just started tapping around, and eventually, and I immediately started playing like a marching rhythm. And I was just like, I've never played the drums before in my life, and I can play the drums, and it's like, you just got to have timing for it. It's like the first
Read
time...
autism.
Well, you got to have rhythm, and is rhythm autistic? I don't know. I do not know.
Is Rhythm Autistic the
Yeah.
latest album by Hobbit from
My good friend
Nightmare
Fremen on the
Freddy.
Sand, yeah. He's a good musician, he is. Yeah. Have you seen this band called Clown Core?
I'm aware of it, yeah.
Yeah, I am really, really surprised at how well the saxophone works with all the other things. I kind of like the fact that there's like, all right, where can we fit all our band equipment into? What about a porta potty? Yeah, let's do that. Speeding offence doesn't count. I'm not on a job. I can go whatever speed I like. I'm exempt. Oh, I've just stalled. Willkommen auf Frankfurt am Main. So we'll just get in there, and we're almost up to the last minute. Yeah, that doesn't count. Not on the job. If you're not commercially driving, then you can ignore things like red lights and such. That's the law.
In Hobbit's mind.
In Euro Truck Simulator 2.
Same thing.
Right, there's the Iveco truck dealer and car mechanic, lorry vehicle mechanic. Let's just go in there, and there it is.
Oh yeah, just very quickly, just as a quick addendum to what we were saying prior. Hang on a minute. You do. It also says here very clearly, if you have an age, health, or disability reason for not wearing a face covering, you do not routinely need to show any written evidence of this. You do not need to show an exemption card. This means you do not need to seek advice or request a letter from a medical professional about your reason for not wearing a face covering.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. It is an offence under the Equalities Act 2010 to ask somebody to prove they are exempt. So when the company says, well, we think you're just trying to extort us for money, prove that you're exempt, it's like, okay, you can speak to my legal counsel or see you in court. Well, no, that's it. There's a pre-action letter. It's a pre-action letter. Don't even say see you in court. It's like, you can speak to my legal counsel about this.
Exactly. It's just, you know,
this
we'll take that response.
This is how we can win. And with that, it is now 9 o'clock, so we've done our 2-hour obligation, and GCHQ will be very happy that we've informed the plebs how they can win. And yeah, I say, you know what? You're now empowered with the knowledge. You can do with it as you see fit. Everything we just said is shit posting in Euro Truck Simulator 2. So. You know, it's
this is in cap banter for entertainment purposes only.
Exactly, entertainment purposes only. So thank you very much for watching my entertainment in Euro Truck Simulator 2 Minecraft stream. You may now go away.
Goodbye.
That's it. That's the stream ended. Thanks for popping on.